And coming up next, it's a UFC welterweight division matchup. All right, here he is, one of the best Muay Thai kickboxers on this roster, and he's often fond of saying, DC, there's no pads, there's no gloves on my knees and my elbows and my feet, and he certainly puts all those weapons to good use.
Well, he feels released, right? He feels released. When he's wearing all that training gear, there are confinements. He's being confined. When he takes it all off and he has the ability to go in there and damage his opponent, he feels like the shackles have been taken off. So he throws that right elbow right across to try to cut the eye. Left elbow, big knee, and then when he grabs that Muay Thai clinch, you are truly, truly in trouble, because he will drive that back knee into the midsection. When you start to try to take the hips back, he will shift you.
Right.
Kick the foot down into one of those great Muay Thai takedowns. He's a phenomenal, phenomenal striker. And he came into the octagon with a lot of high-level Muay Thai competition and tournament wins to his credit, and certainly has gotten off on the right foot here in the octagon. All right, so here's the former University of Missouri wrestler, one Tyron Woodley. First realized the UFC belt back in 2016, and this is a guy who poses a lot of different threats for this UFC welterweight division. He's a problem. He's a guy that's very tough to prepare for, because he has a great wrestling background, but he has this athleticism and this ability to put your lights out with that big right hand that you cannot even focus too much on stopping takedowns. Tyron Woodley is truly one of the best welterweights in the world and one of the best fighters the UFC has ever seen.
Two-time NCAA Division I All-American back in 2003 and 2005, and he certainly carved out a nice niche in MMA. Tyron Woodley ready to add to his legacy here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter holding a professional record of 10 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 163 pounds. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, USA, Invincible. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 20 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, USA, Tyron, the Chosen One, Woodley. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Dan Mergliotta.
Dan Mergliotta, your referee. You ready? All right, ready to go for round 1, and it's hard not to harken back to his last appearance. A huge knockout victory for him that set up this particular showcase here tonight. Can he keep the momentum going and register another knockout? His fan base is swelling. He is more popular than ever after a big knockout win his last time out. All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie. Strong defense there to block the shot. Nice instincts. A sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by the gentleman.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Throws a big right hand, but doesn't find its home. Lands another huge kick, and again. Lands a good combination. He comes through with a big knee. Wow.
Oh, big punch lands.
Quick entry here.
Nice single leg entry. Rotates the head outside to a high cross. He flips him over the top. What a huge takedown.
I mean, do I survive that, or am I read my last right?
Absolutely not. You don't survive that. It's over. It's over, John.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Woodley. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Under 2 minutes to go. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. Oh, and he escapes up to his feet. Very nice. Well, not much of a setup there. Misses with the left hook. Oh, lands a stiff punch there. Nice connection.
Oh, nice land. Over and over, he's landed these big body kicks.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another head kick lands. He's got to start blocking these, DC. One more and it could be lights out.
It could be over, and most people would be sleeping on the mat after taking such a...
Whoa! Oh!
Now he's on top of him looking for a finish.
And that will do it!
Wow! Wow! What a fight!
Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught that ultimately appeared as though the outcome was an eventuality. So if you're the referee, you got to protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. Well, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
A full-on display of all of his skills. He did everything in this championship-winning performance. He used his wrestling. He used his elbows. He used his pace and pressure to really wear down his opponent so that he can get his hand raised.
Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Murgliata has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 17 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, invincible.
Oh, there he is after a huge knockout win tonight. You going to the after party or what?
I mean, heading over there right now. I'm asking the producers, how soon can I get up? There's going to be a party over there. Not only because of the knockout, but that extra bonus check you're going to be carrying to the club tonight.
This is flesh on me. Stay away from these pagan youths. How many men they wish death on me? When Banksy put the best on me, felt like God was testing me. Banksy put the best on me, felt like God was testing me.
Catching chick.
Coming up next, a UFC welterweight division matchup. Well, there is no denying this man's striking credentials. Prevailing wisdom is he's going to try to keep this fight standing tonight.
He has to. You know, this is what got him to the show. It was being able to use the hands to set up the kicks. We all talk about the high-level boxing background of this young man. But as he's developed great knees.
Yeah.
He's developed great timing, great counter skills, and also the beautiful right high kick. The right high kick is something he hides very well as he follows with a jab, right hand, left hook. High kick comes over the top, and he can put you to sleep.
No doubt about it. He will try to put on a striking clinic once again here tonight. Colby Covington maintains status as one of the best welterweights in the world.
He is absolutely one of the best welterweights in the world. A lot of times people mistake the talk and the persona for Colby not being able to be a fighter. Colby Covington is a fantastic fighter, and he will get in your face from the moment the official, or the moment the referee says fight, and the pace, and the cardio, and the work rate that he will push on his opponents is enough to break guys. Guys that are traditionally known as phenomenal cardio fighters like Rafael dos Anjos melt under Colby Covington. He is a great fighter and a very, very hard worker.
Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. 4 years the difference in age between these two fighters. Some differences in height and reach. Here for the official introductions, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter holding a professional record of 11 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 163 pounds. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, USA, Invincible. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a wrestler holding a professional record of 16 wins, 3 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Dan Murgliata.
So Dan Murgliata shares the cage. All right, so here we go with round 1. This young contender has won his last 3 fights, and as many of you know, each knockout more impressive than the last. He'll try to extend the knockout streak here tonight to continue his path toward title contention. We'll see if he can keep it going here tonight.
Oh, really using his reach advantage there with that land, DC.
Hammer fist here by Covington. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet.
Maybe a cut to the left of the nose.
Nice punch, man.
All right, he closes the distance, gets the seated collar tie. Timing his shots nicely here, champ.
He's doing a great job of mixing everything up and using a lot of diverse strikes. Beautiful kick.
Oh, now gets an underhook to get a more dominant position. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another head kick lands. He's gotta start blocking these. Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish this fight.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Back to the feet. Oh, straight right.
And both guys really throwing with authority.
Nice stick with the right hand.
Oh, combination lands. You want to talk about putting strikes together. Connection there, DC. He is hurt.
And his opponent seems to be on his way out of the fight. Now he's on top of him looking for a finish.
Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
All right, side control now. And he's back up again, so the takedown. Oh! Oh, the ground and pound strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way or the referee's going to stop this.
He better start to move, and when his opponent starts to posture, he needs to put his feet on the hip, push him away to try to escape this very, very dangerous position.
Oh, we'll take a look back at the highlights. You know we're going to find that nasty head kick somewhere in this highlight rip. Just an incredible result for him here tonight.
A very nice head kick to finish the fight, but don't ignore all the work he did with his hands, and give credit to the opponent. The opponent was in there every step of the way, and in order to get a fight of the night like you got tonight, both guys have to be willing to participate.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 52 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, invincible.
And there's the man of the moment, and what a moment this must be like for a professional athlete, right? I know you enjoy the birth of your kids, right?
Yeah.
If you knock out a man in a cage fight, I can't think of anything better.
I mean, there's nothing like it. You know, you don't even hear the one that lands, that puts out your opponent's lights. And tonight, he got that done. And he should be very proud of the work he and his coaches got done tonight.
In my back, you ain't my dog, you getting euthanized. Lying on the gang and speaking down, that shit is suicide.
And coming up next, it's a UFC welterweight division matchup. All right, get out your 209 tattoos, folks. Here he is, the one, the only Nate Diaz, making the walk yet again. It's been a long time, but Nate Diaz is back tonight. He has put in all the right work. You know, few guys in this division work harder than Nate Diaz. It's good to see him back.
And you notice it, John, right? The cardio. The cardio is one thing that stands out about Nate Diaz. He looks like he's just touching guys with all of the strikes, but the build-up from all the activity that he puts out usually will make his opponents wilt. And once he gets him to the ground, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt that can finish the fight with a number of submissions.
And he'll hit you with the open hand, too. He'll invoke that Stockton slap. Did you see that tonight?
Stockton slap is just so disrespectful. What I love watching is so Nate Diaz.
Got to get you a Lafayette slap or something. Good to see Nate Diaz back here tonight. One of the biggest fan bases in the world, and they are all watching the pride of Stockton, California here tonight. Well, there is no denying this man's striking credentials. Prevailing wisdom is he's going to try to keep this fight standing tonight.
He has to. You know, this is what got him to the show. It was being able to use the hands to set up the kicks. We all talk about the high-level boxing background of this young man. But as he's developed great knees.
Yeah.
He's developed great timing, great counter skills, and also the beautiful right high kick. The right high kick is something he hides very well as he follows with a jab, right hand, left hook. High kick comes over the top, and he can put you to sleep.
No doubt about it. He will try to put on a striking clinic once again here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this welterweight fight. Diaz is 8 years his senior. The reach is identical. All right, now for the particulars inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 22 wins, 15 losses. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Stockton, California, ladies and gentlemen, an Ultimate Fighter season winner, TheyDntKno. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai fighter holding a professional record of 12 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 163 pounds. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, USA, Invincible. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Dan Mergliotta.
So Dan Mergliotta shares the cage. You ready? All right, ready to go here for round 1. This is a devastating knockout force of the highest order. Look at the highlight reel, starting to compete with some of the best we've ever seen in the UFC. The majority of his recent wins have come by knockout, and that's why he's on the cusp of contention. Tonight, in his highest profile spot to date, he'll try to register another KO and get on the mic and call out his shot.
Nice stick with the right hand.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Another head kick lands. He's gotta start blocking these, DC. One more and it could be lights out.
It could be over, and most people would be sleeping on the mat after taking such a dominant strike. Credit to his chin, but you don't want to get kicked that many times in the head.
Punch coming, it's blocked. Diaz gets caught with that punch. Well, he has certainly found the range and staying pretty busy here on the feet.
He's being busy, but it's also the timing and the accuracy that's allowing him to land so many attacks.
Just over 3 minutes to go, round 1. Well, now if you're the opponent, you really got to be careful as Diaz is able to find a home for that right hand yet again.
When Diaz starts
overhand, now he's hurt.
That's one of those shots that if you take one of them, if you end the night, that one landed right on the spot.
Oh! Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Oh, crisp boxing here. The right punch followed immediately up by a left. Whoa! Oh, he dove with the punch and he lands.
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Diaz gets up again here, but he looks hurt. Oh! Oh, straight right. Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motion on the mat.
Job to reverse position on the ground.
It was bad, but now it's not so bad. What a fantastic sweep.
Diaz gets hit with that hook shot there. He's got to be careful to not allow the offense to follow up here.
Serve him up. Go get him. Oh, he got him.
Do you believe it?
Holy smokes.
Again, the winner here was so aggressive with his onslaught that ultimately appeared as though the outcome was an eventuality. So if you're the referee, you got to protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. Oh, we'll take a look back at the highlights. You know we're going to find that nasty head kick somewhere in this highlight rip. Just an incredible result for him here tonight.
A very nice head kick to finish the fight, but don't ignore all the work he did with his hands, and give credit to the opponent. The opponent was in there every step of the way. And in order to get a fight of the night like you got tonight, both guys have to be willing to participate.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliotta has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 29 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout invincible.
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I gotta think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out.
Yeah, you shut a person's lights off, man. There's nothing like it. Now, I understand a lot of times we hope for the knockout, but he was never hopeful. He was sure that he could get it done. He did exactly that. Congrats.
Man, it's crazy. Seems like just yesterday you staring up at the posters all wide-eyed. You've been through a lot. Hell, I put you through a lot. But it was all for one reason, to get you here. Your first UFC championship. I just want to say, no matter what happens out there, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the fighter you've become. Yeah, don't get me wrong though. If you lose, I'm gonna have to bust you up in the gym next week. I already made space on the wall for a new picture, and you know how much I hate redecorating, right? So let's go get that belt, champ.
Well, a long winning streak may guarantee you a title fight in other divisions, certainly doesn't at 170 pounds. But now, with all the contenders behind him, there is one man left standing. It is this man, the #1 welterweight contender, now getting his shot at the dominant champion. And he believes without a shadow of a doubt that he is the best 170 in the world, and he is out to prove it right here, right now. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, and in a division that has so much depth in that top 15, it's even more remarkable that this man has remained the hunted. The question tonight, with a powerful challenger out of that blue corner, can he walk away and still? And now our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. More than 5 years apart, with some differences in height and a similar reach. We send it inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. When the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon, Dan Mergliata. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. Live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Muay Thai fighter, holding a professional record of 14 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 163 pounds. Fighting out of Detroit, Michigan, USA, presenting the challenger, Invincible. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a boxer, holding a professional record of 40 wins, 14 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world.
All right, this is for the UFC Championship. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fighting.
You ready?
All right, here we go with round one. His knockout streak really has been the stuff of legend, knocking out contenders left and right. He's won his last 3, all of them by flush knockout. Shades of Vitor Belfort back in 2013. We'll see if he can keep it going here tonight.
Well, a lot of people think he might have the best jab in this division, certainly using it effectively here.
I mean, one of the best jabs in the world across all combat sports. The way that it just comes out, it's beautiful. The backside hand is always at the chin. The elbows tucked to the ribs. The jab goes out. The jab comes right back to the face. It's picture-perfect technique, almost like a Taibo class or something like that. Big body kick. Big powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
Well, that left hand has been there at times, not on that attempt. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here.
Big head kick.
Oh, that's a big right hand there from Gamebred. Boxing fundamentals, certainly not an issue for this guy. Very tight.
He's as sound as they come, right? A lot of times you see a guy that comes from a street fighting background, and they wing everything. They try to knock everyone out with every strike. Masvidal does not do that. He takes his time, finds and picks his spot. That's why he's getting the finishes that he gets now. Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one up?
Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one.
His opponent's got him in the clinch. He needs to break away and get back to his range because he's taking punch after punch from his clinch position. Over and over. You come up, you go down. Another takedown land.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Both fighters get up now. Straight right hand, no good. All right, so he continues to land that patented jab and keeping his opponent at bay.
You can know that it's coming, but until you're in there with him, the speed and the power of that jab is something you can't really prepare for.
Good series of strikes for him there, staying busy and staying accurate. Over the top, this fight's gonna be over, DC.
What a great way of mixing up his attack. He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he's got him hurt very badly. Nice punch lands. Look at him drive his shin into his opponent's body with that body kick.
That horn sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, that horn signifies the end of the round. Let's take us through some replays, champ.
And the replays are going to be kicks. That's the story of this fight to this point. He is landing these kicks at will, just driving his shin into his opponent's legs, and it's really starting to slow him down.
All right, DC, buckle up. Here we go with our next round. High number of kicks landed in the previous round, and he'll look to keep it going here.
He'll look to keep winning the fight with his kicks. He's throwing high kicks, leg kicks, body kicks. He's even throwing a couple spin kicks in there. This guy is so educated with fighting with his legs.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Wow.
Over and over, he's landing these big body kicks. Good punch lands.
Oh, Masvidal in a real flow here, sticking and moving. Crowd is like just reacting every time he moves.
Masvidal now has the crowd eating out of his hands. The one thing about Jorge that makes him so difficult to deal with is he never allows you to trap him. You think you got him trapped to try to hit the forward takedown, he evades and escapes. He's a phenomenal fighter.
Well, he has certainly found the range and staying pretty busy here on the feet.
He's being busy, but it's also the timing and the accuracy that's allowing him to land so many attacks.
Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive now here and starting to find himself in the pocket. Masvidal gets caught with that punch. He's treading water now. Got to find a way to move those feet.
Nice stick with the right hand. Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet. And just like that, the fight is over. Yeah, that right there was a high-level knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd absolutely loving it. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Landed flush. I'm not even sure his opponent saw it coming. So a huge, huge win for that young fighter here tonight. Well, let's take a look back at the replay. It ends up a knockout, but this was really a striking clinic from the moment they touched glove.
I mean, a competitive fight. That one guy finally found the shot that ended the fight. But both of these warriors displayed a ton of heart. One guy got the finish, but neither guy should be disappointed in their performance.
And here we go inside the octagon for the official decision to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata calls a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 5 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and new undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Invincible.
All right, so he dedicated decades decades of his life to this very goal, and he is now the UFC champion. No one can ever take that away from him.
Yeah, man, you got to take a lot of confidence from staying so committed to a goal for so long.